Hey guys, and welcome to Little Talks. Today I'm going to be answering the question, is there actually a right way to study? Before we start, I want to point out that this is just my opinion. You can have a different opinion. You can even tell me about it in the comments, but please be respectful. Now let's begin. There are so many right ways to study, and it really all comes back to you. The reason for this is our minds work differently, like not the technique that will work for me will work for you, and if something works for you, it won't work for me. And this is not only in studying, it's literally in like everything else. There are a lot of things that like a lot of people might tell you this is the right way to do it, but there isn't a right way to do it. It just depends on you and how your mind works and what you like. A while back I was watching a video, it was about a different topic, but he said a quote that I really thought suited this video, and he said something along the lines of, the person who knows how to get the best results out of a machine is a professional, or someone who knows how this machine works, knows everything about it. This also applies to us as humans. The best person who knows how to get the best results out of your mind is you, or is supposed to be you. You are supposed to know how your mind works and what things your mind likes to do or doesn't like to do. This will help you a lot, not only with studying, but with many other things, because as I said, not everything that I do will work for you and the other way around. So that's why you should start looking for the best studying technique that will work for you. But how do you do that? And does that mean that all the YouTube videos saying that this is the best way to study are bad or busted or lying? Not necessarily. That's not what I'm saying at all. So to find the best method of studying that works for you, not necessarily for everyone else, is by trying different techniques. So look up on YouTube. There are like tons of techniques, how to study, how to memorize something. So go up on YouTube and search like the best way to study and try those different techniques. If you find one that works for you, that's more than enough. No, not all the techniques have to work for you. For example, if you find yourself that you study well, if you have a schedule, then make a schedule. I personally don't find the schedules work for me at all. They actually make me more stressed. I'll get into details about how I study later in this video, but for now, let's continue like how to find the best way to study. So you've tried all techniques and none of them worked for you, or even the ones that worked did not work that well. Start kind of like mix and match between techniques. For example, you like this part of the technique and this part of another technique, fuse them together and try it. The technique that someone does not have to work for you in the exact way. Maybe you have to change something about it or do something about it that makes it more suitable for you. For example, I think that we all know about this technique that you study for 25 minutes and then take a break for 5 minutes and so on. So if you find that you can maybe focus for more time, don't do 25 and then 5 minutes. Maybe you should do 50 minutes and then 10 minutes break. I know that's also something that exists already, but I'm just saying, like, if the 25 method didn't work for you, try to change it to like any numbers of minutes. It doesn't have to be 50, it doesn't have to be 25, but you know, make it suit you. And what if you find that 25 minutes is a lot for you? Might be a lot for some people, so make it 15. There are no rules for studying. You do whatever you want as long as you're getting good results. This will obviously take time, so don't worry, take your time trying, and you will eventually reach the best way of studying for you. I also do want to point out something. Studying techniques are not as perfect as people make it seem. Like, people will say, I make a schedule, 3 hours studying this, 3 hours of studying that, and I have to follow it every day. Obviously, sometimes you will fail, even if it's like the best technique, and when you actually follow it, you get the best results. There are some days, there are some hours, there are some times that it will just not work, and that's fine, because as humans, we all get tired of the routine, or at least most of us. I myself is someone who like hates schedules. I hate it so much. And again, the technique does not have to be as perfect as it seems in the video, because even people in videos do not follow these techniques on a daily basis. And if they do, it's not as perfect. Like, they don't have to study the 3 hours that they say they study every day. Some days they'll study 3 hours, maybe 3 hours, but they don't really focus. Maybe 2 hours. It's fine. Nobody's perfect. You just have to do your best. I'm gonna tell you how I study, and maybe you can try this technique. It's not really a technique, it's just how I study, but if it works for you, go ahead and try it. So basically, as I stated, I do not like schedules, and I know that there are a lot of people out there who don't like schedules just like me. I don't know, schedules just frustrate me and make me feel like I have to follow them, and if I don't follow them, I feel like I didn't do anything. Even if I did, I just feel like I didn't do anything. And like, if I'm waking up in the morning very motivated, I'm like, I'm gonna study 10 hours today. When I actually start studying, by time my energy is just getting drained, and I just cannot do the 10 hours anymore as I thought I would. I always see people doing schedules, so I thought that like it was something wrong in me, but turns out I just don't like schedules. They stress me out, and therefore I don't study well. And even if I do, I feel like I don't study well because I don't usually keep up with my schedules. So schedules are not an option in my technique. The way I like to study the subjects that I have tomorrow. So I don't like to study the things I took in class the same day I study them, because by the time it's like the time for the next class, I've already forgotten. And if you have like the same subjects every day, then you know you're gonna have to study every day the same subjects anyway. But for me, I don't have the same subjects every day. Like if I took biology today, I probably not have biology until the day after tomorrow. So I like to study the day before the class, not the day that I took the class. And if it's like a big chunk of information and it's really big, I study some the day I come from the class and maybe some the next day. So the way I study is that I explain myself. I read out loud and then explain to myself. If you're only reading, you're only working your eyes, so you're not gonna remember as much. If you're reading out loud, then you're working your eyes and your ears, so you're gonna understand and memorize more. If you explain it to yourself, you will understand it even more and memorize it even more. I don't like to only read, because when I only read, I literally don't understand a thing. Even if I already do understand it, I have to explain it to myself out loud, as if I'm explaining to someone. And for example, my sister thinks I'm cringe for doing that. She does not like studying that way. That's also proof that not the same technique works for all of us, but you can try my technique and see if it works for you. I don't do timers, I don't do schedules. I just study until I don't want to study anymore. But I try to get everything done for the classes that I have tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye.